New footings are already going in for Rip Ride Rockit. Well, so footings means track, right? So that it's got to be a coaster.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see. This was 2 months ago. I
Oh.
wonder if there's anything more recent. There's gotta be. Ride's gonna be a Mac launch coaster themed to Fast and Furious. I actually got it confirmed while on site for Epic Universe under construction. We'll see. Um, Welcome to episode 23 of the Adventure Lives On podcast.
This week's deep dive into Universal Studios Florida is going to take us behind the scenes of Minion Land and the ET adventure. And because it just wouldn't be us without it, there's also going to be a small detour toward the end where we talk a little bit about the potential future replacement for Rip Ride Rockit. Buckle up
Grab your cup of coffee
and get ready to live the adventure
in
in
the
the Universal
Universal
theme
theme
parks
parks
and
and
beyond.
beyond. Cool.
Cool.
Cool shirt.
Oh, thank
Or
you.
is that a sweatshirt? Shirt?
No, it's t-shirt with a long sleeve under
Okay.
it, but I wore it because I didn't have anything Minions, and I figured instead I'll do this in memory of the Monster Cafe that we lost to get Minion Land.
Yeah. Also, the horror makeup show was technically in this land.
That's true, weirdly enough.
Mhm. I didn't focus on it. I figure, well, maybe I had enough, I think, uh, that we didn't have to. And the Born Stuntacular is there too. So maybe we do a different one on shows.
Yeah, it seems like we've mostly been talking about rides anyway.
Yeah. So based on the layout of the park, I think it's probably best to start with Hollywood and then move from Hollywood to Minion. What do you think?
Yeah, that way we can kind of keep making our loop around.
Cool. Well, there's um, a decent amount in Hollywood, but ET is the only ride. So dining,
Okay.
actually, there are some really good ones. Good as in historic, not so much like the food. Not that the food's not good, but um, good history. But again, I didn't do a ton of research, just a couple little blurbs about them, since we'll probably come back
Mhm.
to that stuff later. But your dining options, you've got Cafe La Bamba, Central Park Crepes, which is new and really good. Not new,
Oh,
new compared to Cafe La Bamba.
yeah.
And Mel's Drive-In, Schwab's
Hmm.
Pharmacy, and Today Cafe. And lots of shopping options. The only two I focused on is ET's Toy Closet and SpongeBob Store Pants. It's
I
so
love the
funny to
name of
me
that
to
one.
actually call it that. Um,
Yeah.
and what I didn't realize is that Animal Actors is technically considered part of Hollywood.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I guess that
uh,
makes sense though.
yeah, it does. It was just by itself right there. Well,
Yeah.
it was in the past, though, considered part
It
of,
was part of World Expo,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. So that one, and I saw something new which I hadn't heard of. I guess it looks like it's only for pass holder nights, but it's sensational, a symphonic spectacular.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. So I didn't read anything on that really. It's just listed in the app. Character Zone, Maryland, Meet SpongeBob, Born Stuntacular.
Love that show.
Um, so good. Um, Horror makeup show and the Mega Movie Parade. So I did a little bit of blurb on the horror makeup show because it's cool and has been around a long time. So going in order, I'll start with E.T.
Okay, your favorite.
My favorite. I love E.T. so much. And I learned some things, which is cool. And I'm
Oh,
probably gonna have to go a little quick because I have a little more on ET than I thought I did.
okay. I love when
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah. Um, so ET was an opening day attraction, as we've kind of talked about already,
Hmm.
as was horror makeup show, which we'll talk about later.
Ooh.
And it is the only opening day attraction that is still open.
Oh,
Ride
okay.
wise, the horror makeup considered show, not attraction. So
Hmm.
only opening day attraction that is still open today.
Huh.
Rumor has it, and again, rumor, this is not, I have no idea if it's actually true, but rumor has it that it is in the contract with Spielberg. And if they remove E.T., Spielberg can come back and remove anything else that he is associated with.
Oh, that would be bad.
That would be real bad.
That would mean Jurassic Park goes away,
Uh-huh. Yes, it would.
and probably Men in Black.
That would be two
'Cause
big holes.
he was involved in that.
We don't want either of those things going away.
No, definitely not.
No. So, I mean, his contract, I'm sure, is not public anywhere. So I don't know where this information's coming from, but I've seen it a couple different places that it's in his
Hmm.
contract that it can't be removed. This is also the only ET ride in all of Universal Parks that is still in operation. They
Oh,
opened it
the
at a
rest
couple
of
of the
them.
other, yeah, they shut down. Hollywood, Japan shut down. Japan was the
Huh.
shortest of all of them, and I'm skipping ahead on my notes, but I'll just say it anyway. It was only open from '01 to '09,
Oh,
and
okay.
they did something cool though. When they closed it, they used it as a walk-through attraction.
How so?
So you could there's not a whole lot of information that I saw, but the little bit I did see, you
Hmm.
could walk through the ride and get close, like up close and personal to the aliens and the scenes.
I don't know if I'd want to do that.
Well, the videos and the pictures I saw of that attraction was a lot less creepy than the one we have.
Hmm.
It just didn't look as old, so everything was still looked kind of shiny and new, and I
That
think
makes
that took
sense if
away
it
some of the
was.
creepy factor.
Yeah, specifically though, the one in Orlando right now, yeah, I would not want to go walk through that even with the lights on. I'm like, it's a
Yes, it's a little creepy. It's like haunted
little
doll
outdated.
territory.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, I thought that was pretty cool. They were using it as not a museum, but an exhibit is what they called it, a
Mm.
walkthrough exhibit. I thought that was
To
a
basically
neat.
go in there and go and say, "Hey, look at this ride you used to be able to ride."
Yeah. And I'm wondering, I didn't look much into that. I really just saw the one little thing about it. But I'm wondering why, if they're not going to shut it down and replace it immediately, why not just keep the ride operating? Unless they were having some
Maybe
kind of
it's
real major technical issues or something.
yeah, it could have been technical issues or trying to cut down on the
Mm,
operating costs of it or something. Who knows?
yeah. Yeah. Because there were some crazy not we'll get to that later. So anyway,
Okay.
there were a couple of different ideas for the concept of the ride before they settled on this one. One of them was exploring the green planet. And I learned there's actually a book called E.T. What is it? E.T. Green Planet. Ah, shoot, where is it? I always rearrange my notes right before we start, and I need to stop. But
Because
before
you
I
knew where
rearranged
everything was
it,
before.
well, sort of. I just when I'm looking at it on my notebook, I can't find
Hmm.
anything. So I type it up and organize it where everything's together. And then I'm going in the order that it was written down in, not in the order it's
Uh-huh.
typed up in. Ah, jeez. So I guess I'll get to the book later in my notes, but there is a book.
Okay.
Um, it was designed by Intamin, which sounds familiar to you, I'm sure, because they
Hmm.
also did Hagrid's and Velocicoaster.
Yes, they
Uh,
did, and I love them for it.
yes, and for ET, they did a good job with ET. We just maybe
They
haven't
did.
kept it as fresh looking as we should.
Yeah.
Um, the ride originally had spaceship ride cars in addition to the bicycles.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was so neat. It was
that
for
is cool.
wheelchair accessibility.
Oh, that's cool. That's a
Mhm.
cool way to get around that.
Yeah. So now they have wheelchair accessible bikes, or well,
Hmm.
like the bench at the back of the bike. But
Yeah.
they removed the spaceships because they were getting a lot of complaints that you couldn't see enough. The range
Oh,
of
that
view
makes
was too
sense.
small.
Because a
And I can
lot of the ride is
imagine,
looking down at things.
yeah, exactly. would have been cool to see, but I definitely get why they removed it.
Yeah.
The There are a couple of cool things in the queue. There is a red light that you see every now and then in the queue,
Hmm.
which I've noticed and never thought too much of. I don't know, like assumed it was from the cop car or something that's in the ride. But apparently it's supposed to be ET running from the astronauts that you see in the queue.
Oh, okay.
And at the beginning of the movie, which I'm gonna have to maybe, I gotta rewatch it anyway. But at the beginning of the movie, there's apparently two rabbits. And those there's a nod to that in the queue. There's one rabbit that's to the right by Botanicus and another one that's over the cave that you walk through before you get on the ride.
Mm,
There's also an owl, not, from the movie, but there's an
mm.
owl on top of one of the trees when you're going into the express queue. The the speak and spell that's in the queue, it's rumored that that was actually screen used in the movie.
Oh, that would be cool. And it wouldn't
Which,
surprise me because I've heard
mm-mm.
about other props from the movies being in the queues of the other rides, like Mummy and Potter and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
And especially in the older rides when the
Yeah.
park was very much set up as like a backlot.
Yeah, probably much easier to get a hold of the props then.
Hmm. So that'll be cool to pay closer attention to next time I'm there. The
Yeah.
scent is from Scent Air. And remember, we talked a while about the company went out of business, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, that's not true. Or if it is, they were bought
Hmm.
out by someone. But Scent
Okay.
Air is the name of the company, and they have their own universal scent that you cannot buy. It is specifically for Universal, and it's called Evergreen Forest.
So that scent that you love so much, you can't really find it anywhere.
Nowhere.
Oh.
Uh, and I bought a couple of the different, like candle and the oils, and none of
Hmm.
them do it justice.
Maybe we'll have to
They,
try to make our own candles.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Figure out how to recreate the scent.
And I think it's probably also a mixture of the building is so old and all the stuff in it is so old.
So that
I
kind of
don't,
adds to the smell of
I
it.
think it adds to the smell. You can't recreate that type of must.
Yeah. You're not
You
wrong.
can't.
Again, though, man, the sentences that come out of your mouth on this podcast sometimes.
Yeah. You get what you get.
Yeah,
Sometimes it gives us some decent titles.
it does.
Anyway, like um one of the what was the last ride we talked about that was 4.5 minutes long that didn't seem like it was 4.5 minutes long?
Simpsons.
Yep. This one is also 4.5 minutes long.
Oh, kind of a running theme.
Hmm. Hmm. I wonder how long Men in Black was. Did we talk about that?
Um, I thought we did. I'll have to check my notes.
Uh, eh. But anyway, 4.5 minutes long, 300 total animatronics.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was that many.
Well, and that's not just the aliens, which I assumed at first. It's flashlight animatronics and really anything that moves.
Hmm. Okay.
So, so really knowing that, I would have expected it to be higher. When I first went like 300 aliens, that's a lot. It didn't look like 300 aliens.
That's what I was thinking. I figured that may have included some of like the scientists or cops or stuff too, but I think
Yeah,
most of them were fairly static, right?
most of them were, yeah. Which I got a cool thing about one of the cops that I'll get to later.
Okay.
So the city that you fly over is called Vista City. It has 3,340 buildings,
Wow.
250 cars, 1,000 streetlights, and the sky over the city has 4,000 stars. It took them 6 months to build and 3 months to install.
That's incredible.
Could you imagine? You probably feel like uh shoot, I'm wanting to say King Kong. It's not King Kong, Godzilla.
Yeah.
You feel like Godzilla in there. One wrong step and
Oh,
done.
months of work gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's also, which is not here in my notes, I put it somewhere else, I guess. There's also a little inch and a half tall martini glass that's down there.
Okay.
And it's on a sign, and every now and then it tips. So I'm gonna have to, ride it a bunch more times to find where that tiny little martini glass is. That's
Yeah.
from a video on YouTube that I was watching with Boyce McKinney, who's one of the guys that worked on the ride.
Okay.
And so he's talking about that in his video, one of the fun facts. It is one of the only rides without screens.
Honestly, I wish we had more like that.
Yeah, you and me both. And I didn't even think about it until I read it. I'm like, that's kind of true. They have.
Yeah, most of them do now.
Mhm. And the cool fun fact about the copy, and this is just rumor, it hasn't been confirmed by Universal, but what is true is in 1982, Michael Jackson recorded a storybook record for E.T. It was
Oh.
basically like narrating the story on record. And Thriller came out that same year, 1982.
Hmm.
So in the cop car when you first like, take off, if you look at the one that's on the driver's side, he looks surprisingly like Michael Jackson. So there's rumor that it was kind of a nod to him because he read did the
Mm.
reading for the record. But I'm sure they wouldn't officially say it's him because then they're gonna have to pay him his
Yeah.
estate, whatever. But
Uh-huh.
looking at the guy, it looks like him. I can
Oh, that's
see,
funny.
yeah, I can see how it'd be him. So that was pretty neat. And if you want ET in your bike basket, sit in row one, seat two.
Huh. Okay.
Mhm. So the ride is supposed to be kind of a sequel to the movie. And from what I was reading with Steven Spielberg, he was saying that there's not going to be another ET, that this ET is going to be the last ET we ever get. Like the ride is going to be the last ET we ever get,
Mm.
which is kind of sad.
Yeah, but also I'd be a little worried about what would happen if they tried to make another one now.
Yeah,
It's
I
probably
don't
for the
disagree.
best.
Because ET, by the way, was in the movie already, or in the Green Planet book, so 1985, was 1,000 years old.
Oh.
Mhm. Which is funny when you look at him in the movie walking around like this little 1,000-year-old. Is that why he's wobbling dressed like old lady?
It reminds me as if he didn't kind of already, just the knowledge that he's 1,000 years old just reminds me that much more of Yoda now.
Yeah,
Just little
maybe
old
they're
man waddling
friends.
around the house.
Well, around the
Well, he
house.
did recognize him in the movie. Remember, there was a kid in a Yoda
Yeah,
costume on Halloween,
I do
and he
remember
recognized him. And then
that.
George Lucas also put E.T.'s species in the Galactic Senate building in Star Wars in the prequels.
Did he? I haven't seen those in so long.
Yeah, so they're part of the same galaxy, so that's why E.T. recognized Yoda. They tied that in to make it a
And they're, I guess, close to the same age.
yeah. And Yoda's in the park right next door.
It is. So here's my Green Planet book information that I couldn't find earlier.
Okay.
The book is called The Book of the Green Planet. It was released in 1985. Is apparently not that great of a book, but I haven't read
Okay.
it, so I can't say for sure. Um, but it gives more of the backstory, I guess, of ET and Botanicus and the planet. So that's when we learn that ET is 1,000 years old. He is a master botanist, but after his Earth shenanigans, was demoted to a farmer.
Oh,
And
that sucks.
Botanicus, yeah, it does. Botanicus is his teacher. He's 3,000 years old in 1985, and he is a supreme scientist. And ET was his greatest student.
Hmm.
The aliens, so in the ride, Botanicus was taken from the book, and some of the others were as well, but the mushroom guy, Orbidian, and Magdoll, which I always thought they were saying Meadow. It's not Meadow, it's Magdoll. Is the creepy looking one's name with the long hair.
Yeah.
That one. They were both designed for the ride. And Tickly Moot Moot is one of the first. I thought I heard it wrong too the first three times I listened to the video. Um, Tickly Moot Moot is one, and I can't remember now if that species was in the book or not, but is one of the first ones you see after you get to the green planet when he's saying hi to his friends.
Hmm.
Also, the designs for some of these aliens and for the green planet part of the ride is the one of the I'm wanting to call him an Imagineer, not a creative,
Yeah.
Universal creative, one of the leads. His name's Peter Alexander. He, as a kid, spent a lot of time on the coast of California, coral reefs, and he said that all kind of seemed alien to him. So when they were designing the ride, Spielberg specifically did not want the traditional sci-fi deserted looking like desert planet that
Hmm.
you would see in a lot of those movies. So Peter Alexander was like, okay, we're gonna make it like water and designed it based off of the coral reefs from when he was a
That
kid.
makes so much sense because it's been a while since I've been on the ride, but I remember thinking last time I rode it, the alien planet feels like a coral reef. Like it feels like you're underwater almost.
Well, then
So
Peter did
that's
his job.
intentional. Yes,
Yes.
he did. I remember thinking, wow, if it wasn't for the creepy little people sitting on the hills and stuff, this could almost be a Little Mermaid ride or something.
Yeah. The music's also a little creepy.
Yeah.
I love it though. Um, which
I
and it's
think
so
you love it more
funny
than I do.
too.
I find it more creepy than endearing.
Mm. Well, and when you think back to when the park first opened, you had Confrontation, you had Jaws, you had the disaster. Was it called disaster back then?
Disaster, earthquake, whatever it
Earthquake,
was.
yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it was back then. All these
That's
scary things.
true. I guess even if E.T. was going to be kind of a kid's ride, it still
It's
fit into the
it still
park for it to be
fits.
kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Which is so funny when you look at this compared to Disney. Even
like
their
compare
creepy
this to,
rides less creepy than ET.
yeah, but I was going to say I think the most apt kind of one-to-one comparison is this with Peter Pan
Yeah, yeah, same kind of ride system
flying over the
where it's
miniature town and same
yep,
thing, but it's a
yep.
very different feel.
Very different. Very different. The pre-show had some different feels through the years.
Oh, really?
So the show, it actually had three different pre-show versions. The
Hmm.
first one, when the ride opened, was setting you up to be basically on the movie set. You're an actor, an extra on the movie set. So that's
Okay.
how Spielberg is talking to you. And when you
That
go
tracks
in,
for early Universal.
exactly. And it's set up on the inside very much like the sound stage decoration, not decoration, but the whole queue is very much like a sound stage and you're getting ready to go on stage and be in the movie. That was from 1990 to 97. In 97, they made some changes that helped it flow more smoothly from the pre-show into the ride itself and to make it easier to follow for young kids.
Okay.
Then in 2012, which was the 20th anniversary of the movie being released, we got the most recent update, and that really changed it from the sound stage to you are going in to help ET save his planet
Yeah, you're in the story in the
in the
movie,
story.
basically.
Yes. Something that I think is probably my favorite thing I learned is ET's soundstage is the only soundstage that still has the OG Universal colors on the outside, the pink, blue, and gray.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All the others have been painted yellow.
Uh-huh.
Only
That's
one.
cool.
Yeah, I never paid much attention to it.
I always noticed it was a gray building, but I never thought much about it. I was just like, yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. It
And
it,
I
it works.
I didn't think of it as a soundstage either. I thought of it as
Me
this is
either.
just the ride. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, thinking back to all the other rides that
hmm
are very obviously on sound stages, like Minion Mayhem.
hmm Cool, cool fun fact. Pre-opening, before they opened the ride, there was there was one point that they were spending, this is from this video too with Boyce McKinney. It said
Mhm.
that at one point they were on this ride for 8 hours a day, every day, just testing. Or could you imagine? Testing to make sure the timing was right, everything lined up properly. 8 hours a day.
I can
The
totally see
rides,
why you'd have to do that, but I think I'd get
yes.
sick of any ride if I had to go on it that many times.
hmm And like, so 4.5 minutes per ride, 8 hours a day. I'm sure they're not getting off, going through the queue and getting back on.
Yeah.
So they're just going.
Mhm.
They're just going. Uh,
That's a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Every show element, so everything within the ride, everything that moved, everything that lit up, had to be guaranteed in its contract that it would work at least 1 million times in the first year of operation.
That's a serious commitment to
Yeah, a
a
lot of
lot
really
of tech
small
that's got to be
pieces.
really
Yes,
reliable.
yes. And they were using some tech that I didn't even realize was around back then.
Oh, really? How
Yeah, like
so?
RFID. I thought that was
Oh.
newer, but
Hmm.
that they use RFID
What for? Do you know?
for the interplanetary passports.
Ah, okay.
Mhm. So not as advanced, I guess, as what we do now, but I didn't even realize it was around at all in 1990.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Mhm. So something else, which I guess I should have said this when we were talking about the little city. Um, it was built by a company, Malone Displays, that's based in Atlanta. It's
Oh,
pretty cool, right down the street from me. It
yeah.
had 13,000 individual pieces. And here's my tiny fiber optic martini glass that I was looking for earlier. Um, and the program, so 8 hours a day, the Botanicus animatronic in the queue took two
Mhm.
weeks to program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh, actually, wait, no. The one in the queue, I don't know if it's the one in the queue or the one in the ride. One of them, probably all of them, took 2 weeks to program. Just the one animatronic.
And there are quite a few.
Yes. And
Like you
his
said,
probably,
even if it's
oh,
not 300 aliens, it's still a bunch.
it's a lot. Yeah. The thing with Botanicus, though, is when you see him, he's getting programmed to move and to talk.
Hmm.
So that's one thing they talked about in the video is they had to make sure that his lips were syncing properly to the words.
Yeah.
And could you imagine watching an alien's mouth for 2 weeks? Just at what point do you stop seeing what's in front of you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
At what point do the words stop even sounding like words and it
Yeah,
just
yeah. Oh, this is something that I thought was really nuts as well. So the catwalk is 42 feet high. There were
Mm.
150 miles of fiber optics. Yeah. And this is one of my, like, one of the craziest right here.
Mm.
4,200 gallons of water a day from AC condensation. Yeah, that's a verified one from the interview with the guy that worked
Just
on the ride.
just from the condensation.
4,200 a day just from condensation. Yeah. But there was one part, and I can't find it. I started skipping around in the notes, so now I'm even messing myself more. But the part where you go into space, so you have a
Hmm.
sharp right curve and a sharp left curve, right one right behind the other. Um, the temperature change from those two sections of the ride is between, it was I think 70. 68 to 72, and then you go from that immediately to 80.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh, by the way,
hey
we just had our
guys,
10-minute warning.
oh geez. So
Oh,
that's okay. I'm almost done. So
okay.
Boyce McKinney was saying that you could stand in the 12-foot doorway and your face would be 80 degrees and your back would be 70. And they
That's
used
crazy.
air curtains. But he said the crazy part is, like, I
Ah,
really don't know how they even did it because you couldn't even feel the air blowing. But there's a visible, not visible, feel. You could feel the difference.
yeah. Huh.
Yeah, nuts. So
That's
they
cool.
really, yeah,
Or, I guess, or hot, depending
or
on which
hot.
side you're on.
Uh-huh. And then there's another temperature change too when you get to the very end of the ride. And I can't find it in my notes what the temperature was because I lost that whole section, I guess. Do I have another? No, I don't know. I lost that. But yeah, big temperature shifts. Just nuts. So that, and then rabbits. Sorry to cover those things already. So that's it for ET. And I'll spend the last 10
Okay.
minutes on the smaller things.
All right.
So moving on from ET, the next thing is SpongeBob Store Pants, which opened in May of 2012 in what was Woody Woodpecker's Kid Zone. It replaced Universal's Cartoon Store, which closed after Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast closed.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and it was just part of the Nickelodeon presence that used to be in the parks that is really no longer. Um,
Yeah, I've got a couple of notes on that too for my
mm,
section.
cool. I mean, I don't have much, so good. We're not going to overlap there. And they, um, they have meet and greets there with Squidward and SpongeBob, which is pretty cool,
Hmm.
and just SpongeBob merch about it. And then after that, Cafe La Bamba was one of the opening day restaurants. It was a quick service restaurant, and they served your regular American fare, barbecue, burgers, and then
Hmm.
it was, let's see, the 90s. Then for long stretches after that, and I don't know when exactly, but they stopped opening it to the regular like, daytime guests, and it was only for private events and VIP tours.
Okay.
Then back in 2023, they relaunched it with a Tex-Mex menu, and I have not eaten there since they have done that. Um, but relaunched with that, but it still only operates to regular guests seasonally. And so during the busy times, I guess they have it open, and otherwise it's used mainly for
Hmm.
VIP tours and private events.
That would probably explain why I don't remember the restaurant because it's probably hasn't been open since I've been there.
Yeah, no, it's right next to the horror makeup show. So you've definitely seen it. It's a cool looking restaurant, big fountain out front. But
Okay.
yeah, you can never go inside.
Huh.
I did eat there for a VIP tour, but it was not the Tex-Mex food, it was VIP tour food, which is pretty good. Surprisingly good for
Huh.
like mass-made buffet food.
Cool. I mean, I guess it
And
would you'd hope it would be if it's on the VIP tour.
yeah, it's an expensive tour, worth it.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know, across from there, we've got Mel's Drive-In, which also is an
Hmm.
opening day restaurant. Styled as a 1950s diner. It is based on a real chain from San Francisco. And so it was in the American Graffiti movie. I thought it
Yeah.
was only from American Graffiti. Well, American Graffiti got it from San Francisco, where it was a real store that closed down. I don't know if it opened or closed in 1947, but I have 1947 on here.
I don't
So,
remember where, but a while back I did hear about it being a real restaurant chain,
yeah,
which is
real
pretty
place.
cool.
And Universal licensed the look and the name so they could recreate it at their parks.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that cool? Uh, they also do some really cool theming for horror nights. The R doesn't light up, and it smells die-in. Fun
That's
stuff.
funny. I like that.
Mhm.
I love
Sh-
the whole aesthetic of Mel's.
I do too. And the cheese fries are good. I like their cheese fries.
I don't think I've had the cheese fries. I think I've only ever just gotten a burger from there.
Mm, you gotta get the cheese fries.
I think I
That's
had a
my.
burger and a shake, maybe.
I have not had a
Something.
shake. Like, cheese fries are my late night snack. Like, when I'm at horror nights and I
Ooh.
want a snack, I want cheese fries. When it's 1 a.m. and I'm walking through the city walk, I'm getting cheese fries.
So we're getting cheese fries when we go.
Probably.
I'm okay with that. Can't go wrong with cheese
Perfect.
fries.
You cannot. You can if it's sprinkled cheese.
Oh.
Those
Oh,
shouldn't
that's
even be
just
considered
sad.
cheese
That's not
fries.
even, no, it's not even cheese fries.
No cheese fries.
That's just
Um,
regular fries with a little bit of a garnish.
yeah,
It's
there you
not the
go.
same thing.
Garnish. Oh, geez. And the other one, so I listed a few other restaurants and things too, but I didn't cover them because they really didn't have much history to them. They're newer and more about them later. But Schwab's Pharmacy was inspired by the historic Schwab's Pharmacy in Hollywood that was operating from 1932 to 1983. It's closed down and been demolished since then, but it's still iconic because it was a drugstore, pharmacy, and a soda shop.
Okay.
So,
See, you
and
mentioned that one
then
earlier, and I'm not recalling seeing that.
you would know it if you passed it. It's close to the Born Stuntacular.
Okay.
And they serve ice cream and drinks. No food or anything, but the
Okay.
actual place was a whole store. The one in Universal is just the ice cream and drinks.
Hmm.
So it was a really popular hangout because it was so close to where they were doing a lot of filming. So actors would
Hmm.
hang out there and socialize and pick up their prescriptions at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it became iconic. The
Hmm.
Universal version, though, it says recreates the atmosphere, but doesn't look exactly like the location, which makes sense because it's not a full store. We're just doing ice cream and,
Yeah.
no drugs.
No drugs, just ice cream.
No drugs, just ice cream. Where's my, oh, here is the last thing I covered was the horror makeup show, the other opening day attraction. It's one of the only, along with ET, one of the only things still open from opening day. It is a live demonstration of makeup and prosthetics and is pretty cool, but it
Hmm.
has had a few different names over the years as well, which I
Oh, has
did
it?
not realize. Yeah. Um, the first name from 1990 to 97 was Phantom of the Opera Horror Makeup Show.
Huh.
Then in 97, it changed to the Gory, Gruesome, and Grotesque Horror Makeup Show.
That's
It's a fun
intense.
one, yeah. And now it's
Nice
just
alliteration.
the, yeah. Now it's just the horror makeup show. And it looks like over the years, the show has changed slightly, but it's been basically the same premise throughout,
Okay.
since 1990. I did read, which I'm real sad about, that it might be closing this month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I read that it might close this month. I read that they might delay it and close it later on, but nothing has been confirmed on if they're just doing an update or if they're going to change the show. What I was reading about them potentially changing the show was saying they're not likely to do a drastic change. It's going to be a really similar type of experience, just making some modifications, I guess.
Maybe updating it a little bit.
Update, yeah. So we will see. Hopefully it's still
Well, I
open.
I hope they push it a little bit because I was. Oh, you're frozen. Are you still
Oh,
there?
you're frozen.
Oh,
Yeah, all
okay, you're
right.
back. And we have
We
less
have
than a
less
minute
than a minute
left.
left. That was good timing. All
That
right.
was.
Um, last thing on horror makeup show. It was inspired by The Land of a Thousand Faces, which was at Universal Hollywood.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
So
So similar sort of thing.
similar sort of thing. Right. That was
Cool.
great timing. Now I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
what you have.
Okay, cool. So I hope this goes well. It was saying in between recordings that my internet connection is questionable right now for some reason.
Oof.
So that's why we froze.
Well, let's hope for the best.
Yeah. But yeah, I really hope the makeup show doesn't end up closing this month, at least not before we go, because I've still never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So I'm hoping if we do go in the next couple of weeks that I'll be able to see it while we're there.
And then with Jurassic Park being closed when we're going to be there,
I
the
know.
river adventure. Dang. Ah, well.
Yeah, I heard somebody saying that they're not planning on retheming it. It's just going to be a really heavy refurbishment,
Mhm.
but I didn't see any kind of anything official backing that up. So
Mm. It
we'll
needs
see.
a heavy refurbishment.
It does.
They are going to give it a heavy refurbishment. They're going to add a mosasaur.
Eh,
We'll
I
see.
kind of hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Not quite yet.
Not yet. Anywho, so my area of the park for this week is Minion Land, which started with Minion Mayhem, which opened July 2nd of 2012.
It's been that long.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but it has.
Jeez.
The Hollywood version opened April 12th of 2014 and replaced Hollywood's Terminator 2 3D. And they opened a version in Japan April 21st of 2017, which replaced their Back to the Future ride. So slightly different
Wow.
setup
That
there.
lasted a long time then. Back to the
Yeah,
Future?
in Japan, yeah,
Hmm.
surprised.
I'd like to see the minions in Japan.
Yeah,
Can you imagine them speaking Minion? Like, do they still speak Minionese?
I'm sure.
But hearing that
I would
alongside
im
Japanese would be so cool.
Right. I would imagine that Gru and the girls speak
Mhm.
Japanese and then the minions speak their
Their minion,
language.
yeah.
I didn't see anything definitive on that, but
Oh, that'd be cool to
I don't
see.
see.
They do all the
Yeah,
cute little things so much better in Japan.
they do. Like, I'm amazed they haven't done what Disney is working on in Florida. Like, I'm amazed they don't have tiny 3 foot tall animatronic minions running around their parks.
Yet.
Yet, I know, give
Yet.
it time, they probably will.
Hmm. Yeah, 'cause this is what Olaf that they just did.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
he looks incredible, and it's a shame we'll probably never see him in an American park.
You never
Because
know.
we can't have nice things.
We
Our
can't have
people
nice
don't respect
things.
them
Yeah.
most of the time. So
Yeah. I could just see like
that's
a
a whole other
teenage kid on a band trip just
kicking him
punting it.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a whole
That's
conversation for
yeah.
another episode. So yeah, going back to your Nicktoons information you mentioned earlier, they announced on March 14th of 2011 that they were closing Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast, which was basically a similar sort of show ride experience, simulator with a screen. And it ended up closing 5 months later on August 18th of that year. And another kind of running theme for our rides being built or refurbished is Universal Creative had a year and a half to get the whole thing finished and ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, because of that, they approached it kind of similar to the Simpsons ride, where they decided to repurpose an existing ride setup and just do a little extra theming and a new video.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was actually the second retheme on Soundstage 42, which is the building that takes place in,
Mm-hmm.
because the Jimmy Neutron Nicktoon Blast was actually a retheming of the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, which was the same sort of simulator theater
Mm-hmm.
ride going through the worlds of the Flintstones and Jetsons and all those classic Hanna-Barbera characters.
Hmm. I did see a little bit on that. I didn't watch much, but in one of my videos, I did a quick
Like they showed a little clip
play.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a little bit too. It does look like it would have been cool to see.
Oh yeah.
But to make the Minion retheme seem a little bit newer and fresher and more than just a new coat of paint, they introduced 3D glasses and a new 3D projection system, and also increased the size of the screen by 70%.
Jeez.
So the screen for Jimmy Neutron and Hanna-Barbera was fairly tiny compared to Minions, almost half the
Wow.
size. And Illumination was actually brought in to produce the new ride film, which is why it looks
Mm.
about the same as everything does in the movies.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Chris Bailey, who also directed It's Tough to Be a Bug for Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That was a good ride or show.
Yeah, it was. The
Mhm.
Hopper animatronic was cool.
Yeah.
It was my favorite part of the show. And Reels Animation did a lot of the digital effects on the ride, and they had actually previously worked with Blur Studios to do the animation for the Simpsons ride. So
Cool.
I don't know. It's kind of fun how all of my sort of
But yeah,
all of my
they're all
areas
working
each
on the
week
same
seem to be
stuff.
connected. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
everything kind of ties together.
Hmm.
All the voice actors for Gru and the girls reprised their roles for the ride, and the ride's meant to be sort of a, I guess not exactly a sequel, but it's kind of supposed to bridge the gap between the first and second movies
Hmm.
because they were working on it, I think, as the second movie was being made. And there's no confirmation on this for an official number, but the estimated construction budget is somewhere between 10 and 15 million.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And weird fun fact that I'm guessing is true. I found it one place and it sounds right from what I remember seeing, but that there are actually, you know how you go through the outside area of the cube before you enter Gru's house and they
Hmm.
have plants and stuff along the walkway?
Yeah.
Apparently those are real banana trees.
Oh,
Yeah, because
cool.
minions and bananas and all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fitting. And the ride is 8 minutes long. And for, I guess, for anybody who hasn't ridden it, it's about the guests being recruited by Gru to be turned into minions and going through a minion training course to find out if you're good enough to be one of Gru's minions. And after the ride ends, you exit through the super silly stuff gift shop where Chloe's favorite thing in the world,
Yes.
the minion dance party,
Minion dance
happens.
party.
Which I do love because I remember going through there and thinking, okay, this is cool. This place has a fun energy.
Yeah.
And then one of the minions walked up to us
Hmm.
and it walked up to everybody individually in our group and all the girls got kissy noises. And then
Oh,
it would walk up to all the guys and get right in our faces and go, and I remember
they're
it was
fun.
going down the line. It was me, it was my mom and Alyssa, and then Josh and my dad and me. And it's going down the line, making its different noises at each of us. And it looked at me and it went, so I stared him dead in the eyes and went right back. And it just, he just kind of took a step back and was like, wait, no, that's not how this
You
works.
should have did kissy noises back
Maybe next time I will.
next time. Mm.
Let's see. Oh, so Hollywood's version of the ride also got a Super Silly Funland themed area, which think
Did hear
kind of
that
like
all.
Krusty Land, like a
Hmm.
carnival sort of,
Yeah.
some spinning flat rides and stuff like
Hmm.
that, all themed to the amusement park that was in the movie. And Japan got Minion Park, which from the little bit, the concept art and things that I saw was interesting. It was almost like I don't know. I feel like it's not a totally accurate description, but it almost felt to me like some stylized idea of like if the Minions had taken over Central Park or something like that.
Hmm.
Like it was a slightly nicer looking area. Um, oh, and on on Hollywood's area, they had a giant billboard overlooking Super Silly Funland that was just Stuart kind of poking his head out and watching over everybody. And when I say giant, I mean giant.
Hmm.
And there was a video clip I saw of somebody who lives not far from Universal Hollywood yelling at the camera saying, look, it doesn't matter what's going on, what time of day it is. I look out that window and there's just a giant minion staring down at me from across the rooftops. You just see Stuart from like 6 blocks away, but he's just huge looming over the buildings.
There are worse views to have.
There are. I think that would just make me laugh every time I looked
Yes.
out the window. But this guy did not seem happy.
Well, did you read if any of them have the ride, not the ride, the game from the movie where they win the unicorn when Gru shoots the whole game down with the
I
spaceship
would be
or whatever it was?
surprised if they didn't, but I didn't look too deep into
Mm,
every single thing that was
no.
there. It looked like a lot of generic sort of like carnival games and stuff. So I'm sure they probably do, or at the very least, you can probably win a stuffed unicorn.
Oh yeah, you got to be able to win the unicorns.
Yeah, because I think they even sell them at Super Silly Stuff.
Every kind of unicorn, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Backpacks, slippers, weighted unicorns, life-size unicorns, all the I know because my children picked up every single one.
I was gonna say, the way you said that tells me you know from
Oh,
experience.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you've ever tried to or haven't tried to pry a unicorn from a toddler's hands, just
I
imagine the
haven't, but
obsession in the movie.
I do
And
not envy you for
a
having to do that. I
$50
imagine
unicorn.
I imagine telling them no did not make for a fun rest of the day.
No, no, it did not.
Oh. Speaking of things that probably were not fun, converting the Back to the Future ride in Japan to fit a ride that was originally designed for a totally different ride system. And because of the big domed screens, that meant no 3D effects and no 3D glasses.
Probably for the best.
Probably so, but especially considering how sick The Simpsons ride and Back to the Future seemed to make a lot of people,
Hmm.
yourself included.
Yes. I think
I
they
can
did
only
away
imagine
with
how
the.
much.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I had that in my notes as well.
Uh,
Eventually, they did do away with the
mhm.
3D in the rest of the versions of the ride. Um, oh, and Minion Park from Japan would also eventually be brought over to Universal Studios Singapore, replacing a Madagascar area.
Hmm.
And they also brought it to, well, they brought Minion Mayhem to Universal Beijing with its own super silly fun land whenever that park opened, which was, I think, 2021, if I remember correctly. And once that opened, Minion Mayhem became the first ride to ever be brought to every Universal Studios park around the world.
Wow.
So apparently the Minions are way more
They're,
popular than I even realized.
yeah.
Because for
Yeah, they
that to be
are.
the first thing Universal has ever put everywhere seems kind of
Hmm.
crazy to me.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's that knowledge that we get to live with now that the little yellow guys are everywhere that
They are
Universal can put them.
taking over.
Minion Mayhem indeed.
Yes, indeed. I wonder if we're going to get a
Um,
super silly fun land in Orlando.
hmm. I don't know where they'd put that. They'd probably have to tear something down.
Um,
Or maybe they replace Springfield. Who knows? Once that
maybe.
contract is up,
Hmm.
might be a fairly
I don't
easy
know.
retheme.
That would be a big gap, though.
Yeah, it
I
would. It
don't
wouldn't really
know.
be connected.
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, one little note that I had here. One of my favorite pre-show moments is whenever Gru scans everybody before they go in for germs and tells everybody they need to take a shower. And he's like,
Hmm.
remember, shower when you get back to your hotel. Don't just go straight to the pool.
Uh-huh.
Like, yep.
I think the queue, the inside queue and the pre-show are better than the ride.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mhm.
It's
And the
awesome
dance
going through the
party.
house. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's awesome getting to go through Gru's house and seeing all the things, the props and stuff from the movies. And
Yeah.
I do think the interactions with Gru and the girls there are funnier and more,
Hmm.
I don't know, I guess more, they're done better, I think, than
They're more
some of the stuff that goes
engaging
on.
than some of the
Yeah.
like you ride the ride so you can do the queue.
Yeah, that's honestly how it feels. You just got to catch it on a time where the queue is not really long.
Yeah, a lot of times it is so long. And the height requirement for that ride is strangely high.
Yeah, considering you're in a seat, yes, there's a motion simulator platform, but you're basically sitting in a theater.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why the height requirement is the way it is. I've always wondered that.
Yeah. So have I.
But I guess they can't make a minion out of anybody too small, you know?
Yeah, I guess not.
Maybe that's what it is. Minions have to be at least, what,
At
three
least
feet tall?
40, yeah, and taller than that.
Oh, because you shrink when you
Hmm.
go from human to minion, so if you were
Yeah.
smaller than 48, you'd be too
You'd
small of a
be,
minion.
yeah. You
Yeah,
disappear.
that's totally the reasoning for that.
It's gotta be.
Um, oh, so getting into the rest of Minion Land, I don't have a ton, but I have a few things. It's relatively new and I haven't seen it in person yet. So, Shrek 4D closed in January of 2022, which is crazy to me that that was around as long as it was.
Glad it
And
was.
unfortunately, the Monsters Cafe shortly after. Rest in peace, Monsters Cafe.
Hmm.
So, hence my Frankenstein
Yeah.
shirt. Um, and Minion Land was announced to replace Production Central later that year, and I think probably a lot of people like myself were kind of scratching their heads at that because I know I sure was.
Yeah.
It's definitely a interesting decision at the time, and I'm still slightly confused by it.
Mm,
Let's see. Shrek was replaced with Villain Con Minion Blast, which had an opening date of August 11th, 2023. And I still don't fully understand that ride either. I think
mm.
ride is even a little bit of a strong word.
Yeah. Moving walkway.
Moving walkway version of Toy Story Midway Mania.
Yeah, but way less cool.
Yeah, and I heard, weren't you saying a while back that you get yelled at if you don't stay on your spot?
Uh-huh. So keep that in mind if you're traveling with small children.
Yes, they do expect you to stay put.
No matter how tall
Um,
you are.
yeah. I can see the pain in your face. I feel for
Because
you. I
not
do.
only are you trying to stay on your spot and trying to keep your small human on their spot, but you're also holding a shooter at the same
Which from what I've
time.
heard is not light.
It is huge. It's huge.
And you're also trying to play the game,
Uh-huh. So the last time we rode it, I didn't even grab my own, I don't know, I'm sure they don't call them guns, whatever they call them. Blaster
hmm
maybe? Is it a blaster?
Yeah, probably.
Um, but I didn't even grab my own. I just took one for the kid and here.
You just were in charge of wrangling her.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm. Let's see. So, yes, so Minion Land includes Minion Mayhem, which we've talked about, the Minion Cafe, which I know you gave a surprisingly glowing review to
Yeah.
last time we talked about it.
It is not bad at all. The macaroni's fantastic.
I am excited about the macaroni. So there's Minion Cafe, Freeze Ray Pops, Pop Banana Popcorn and Drink Cart, Super Silly Stuff, which we talked about, the gift shop for Minion Mayhem, and Evil Stuff, which would be the gift shop for VillainCon, I believe. Then there's Bake My Day, and I also saw an Illumination theater there on the
Hmm.
map, which I don't recall what's in there,
I don't
honestly.
either. Hmm.
I think I remembered seeing sometime a while ago that there was maybe like a meet and greet for some Sing characters there or something. I don't know if they do shows there or not.
I don't know.
Um,
Let's see.
and then VillainCon Minion Blast. Yeah, I have in my notes here, Minion Cafe surprisingly seems to be one of the best restaurants in the park.
Well, I've only had a couple of things there. And the salmon was not great, but the
I've heard other people.
macaroni. Oh, go ahead.
Mm, I was just gonna say I've heard other people online though also saying they found it surprisingly really good.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'm trying to look at a list of
It was
things.
also one of the first restaurants in the park to start using the table delivery quick service.
Not a fan.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
Oh, from what I understand,
No.
that's what most restaurants there use now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Well, you just
Um,
have to do everything on your phone. You're pulling up the menu on your phone.
mm,
You're doing the order on your phone. Everything's on the phone. And it makes it really hard to get just a cup of water.
Oh, yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. You can't order that on the menu. So you have to find a person and tell them to bring or ask them to bring you a cup of water or a cup for water. And you don't have a waiter. So it's just,
Mm.
and then it wasn't working for us the last time. I don't know if it was our phones or the QR code or what, but we could not go through the process. So we had to go track someone down that worked there so we could put in an order at the counter. And they seemed real confused.
I do remember you mentioning that. Yeah. I kind of wish in general that they would let us move away a little bit from using our phones for everything. It's just happening more and more at Disney and Universal, and I'm not particularly a fan. I'd like to
No.
be able to put the phone away and just enjoy the park
Right.
for a little bit.
At least Universal has done, I think, much better than Disney. At least
Oh,
Universal, you don't
yeah,
have to be on the phone all day. Um, but they die so fast.
they do, and using the app drains the battery way quicker than
Hmm.
anything,
Yep.
especially at Disney, I've noticed.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my little rant for the night.
Hmm.
I don't like all the overuse of the phone stuff.
No, let
Which
us.
now, like even the wands have you linking to your phone and keeping track of your progress for the little mini games and
Yep.
stuff.
And the power-up bands.
Oh yeah, that too.
I wish you could buy or rent a like a game tablet or something, something small that you could
Yeah,
carry around
almost
with
like a little
and
Kindle or something.
yeah, or it could even be smaller than that. Just something like the size of those little vibrating table
Yeah,
notifications at when
something
you're at
that's
a restaurant.
just designed specifically to keep track of your game
Hmm.
stats.
Yeah.
That would be neat. I'd like to be able to do something like that instead of having to use my phone all day.
I'd even buy it.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Mhm.
Well, that's just another idea for us to pitch to them next time we go.
Yep. Next time we
Go to customer service. Be like, do you have a complaint? No, but I have an idea.
we got a whole list of them.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, my next note here we kind of touched on. VillainCon is unusual for a shooting ride because there's no ride vehicle. You are the ride vehicle.
Mhm.
It's just a conveyor belt that you stand on. Um, and then the other two things that I have are not necessarily facts about the park, but more just conversation starters for us for the last like 15 or so minutes that we have here. Um, it kind of feels weird to me to make your park's main street into a Minion themed land with really heavy theming, only one kind of decent ride where you said the queue is better than the ride, and I agree
Mhm.
with you on that. And not really any kind of transition from Minions to anything else because I feel like it sets a weird first impression now for studios
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And I mean, you still don't walk directly into Minion Land because first you have the Today Show Cafe and the studio store,
Yeah, that's
and then you
true.
go from that into Minion Land. Um, what what is kind of an odd transition though is going out of the end of Minion Land, like
Mm.
from that straight into New York.
Yeah, bright and colorful,
Yeah.
everything's yellow and
Uh-huh.
covered in bananas to realistic New York brownstones.
Mhm. Yeah. It feels like Minions would have been a better fit for islands.
I could see that.
And they it's a lot easier there, or they've done a lot better job there of transitioning between lands. There's almost always something that transitions you. You know,
But it's
a bridge, an arch, a something. And
yeah,
you can't
by
like do that in studios.
by the nature of its design, the entire point of islands is that each land is an island and you
Hmm.
transition from one island to the next. And
Yeah.
it's built to have separations between the
Hmm.
themes.
And studios was, I mean, look at what the lands have always been. You got San Francisco, you got Hollywood, you got New York. It was an
They're different,
easy,
but they all kind of blend.
yes, yes. Um, Minions, I wonder though what else they're gonna do because look at DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Those two are very similar. So I'm wondering in the future what else they're planning on doing and changing, and
Hmm.
if it's gonna flow. Are we gonna have a really bright, colorful
You,
studios in 15
yeah, you
years?
think studios might just transform completely and not even be New York and Hollywood anymore, possibly. Have
Possibly.
everything just be IP themed.
Which I hope not.
Me too, but it seems generally the way theme parks are going nowadays.
hmm Yeah.
It's less, almost not at all about the production of movies anymore at any of the parks. It's more
Mhm.
just here's all the things that you recognize from the movies you watch, and this will keep the kids happy because bright colors and recognizable characters.
Right. I also wonder though, and I'm hoping they kind of stop at Minions and DreamWorks because they are making this entire kids park in Texas that's supposed to open in May.
That's true. Studios is becoming very, very much so like kid-centered,
hmm
at least in certain areas of
In
it.
certain
It's
areas, yeah. So I don't know. I'm really hoping they end it at Minions and DreamWorks in studios and then expand the other kids stuff wherever else. Because it's like the
yeah,
in
it's
Disney, I
like
get you got to compete with Disney, but those two parks cater to two very different audiences.
yeah, and Minions really clashes with stuff like Mummy and Transformers in the same
hmm
park.
hmm
Even Men in Black doesn't feel nearly the same. It's like family friendly, but not in the same way.
Yeah. And that one's kind of odd back there too, because it's a whole different, which I mean, it is in a whole different section. So um, I don't think it's as drastic as a transition, especially when you're walking. It looks like you're leaving the park, going back there by
Yeah,
Fear Factor, and then okay, well here we go.
which I mean, we kind of talked about how that
hmm
whole area has shrunk down to nothing.
hmm
It's just interesting to see the way things are going.
Yeah.
And my last note that I have here, kind of along these lines, is that one YouTuber that I like to watch sometimes, B Mode, suggested something I think we may have talked about a little bit before, that Minion Land might have actually been better off if they had done an Illumination Land instead of just focusing on minions, because
hmm
then the stage could have been themed to sing. You could keep stuff like the Minion Cafe, but then maybe instead of VillainCon, we could have gotten a clone of the Secret Life of Pets dark ride that's in Hollywood,
Yeah,
and it
that
could
one
have
I
been a
heard was
more
good.
diverse. Yeah, so did I. I've seen video and it looks really cool.
And
But I think that would have been a better way to represent the kid-friendly stuff is to cover all of it instead of just
mhm.
let's let the minions throw up everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to make it more difficult too when they are making changes when the minions go out.
Yeah.
You're going to have something completely different in the middle of a minions land. You're going to have to change the entire land.
Hmm.
But they
Or take it back down to just being Minion Mayhem by itself.
mhm. And the Secret Life of Pets, they did add some of the pets over by the park area.
Oh, did they?
So I'm wondering if they are going to maybe expand, and we still don't know what they're doing with Rip Ride Rockit.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder
Which is,
the stage you talked about. I wonder if that's the big stage by Rip Ride Rockit
oh, it might be.
because I
That would
can't
make
think of
sense.
another one.
Neither can I. Which, side note about Rip Ride Rocket, I don't remember if we had talked about this, but I guess this is the point, but I'm confused by the flyers that they put up on the construction wall.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, yeah, the big sort of construction wall fence they put up around where Rip Ride Rocket was.
hmm
They had flyers that represented or kind of teased, if I remember correctly, I think they had teased different things from I think it was
10-minute warning.
Ghostbusters. Oh, okay. I think it was Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, and then maybe something Blues Brothers related. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're just trying to keep the theming relevant to the park or if you're trying to tell us something about what this ride is going to be, because that doesn't make a lot
Um,
of sense.
yeah, well, there have been rumors that it's going to be Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I've heard that too,
Restoration of
which I think we
the
talked about. It makes sense because of the firehouse.
firehouse. And that's what this one sign says is Historic Preservation Act. restoration of the historic Engine 89 firehouse.
Yeah.
And then they have the movie posters up on the other wall. So, what is brother? I wonder if they're going to do something that combines, because I mean, they've got a lot of area they can use.
Yeah, I was questioning that too. I'm like, I wonder how they would go about that if they were going to
Mhm.
use more than one of their properties in a ride.
Yeah. So this one says sparks fan debate over Ghostbusters, Fast and Furious, and Back to the Future.
Yeah, I mean, they are working on that new coaster in Hollywood. I think I had sent you something about it a while back.
Yeah,
It
I think
actually looks
so.
kind of cool.
And I think a Fast and Furious coaster could be cool.
Yeah, and I
Just,
wouldn't even mind if they gave us that and then replaced Supercharged with something else.
yeah, that one's gotta go. But, and this one looks like they put up one for Kong. So, I wonder, a lot of what I'm seeing on the pictures I'm looking at of the construction walls is for
Hmm.
Ghostbusters. And then there's other stuff just kind of scattered. So,
Yeah, that's what was kind of confusing
mm,
me.
my guess, my mostly uneducated guess, my hope
Hmm.
is that it is going to be Ghostbusters.
I guess the other possibility, if they're putting up other things like Kong as well, is maybe it could be a tribute to just early Universal or,
Could be.
some kind of ride that covers all the classics somehow.
Or it's going to be Ghostbusters, but they don't want to make it too obvious, so they're putting up all the classics.
Maybe so.
That's my guess.
I would not be mad at that.
I would not either. A Ghostbusters ride could be really cool.
Yeah, it could.
We will see. Yeah, because
Yeah.
these all look like generic movie posters, and then there's just a couple of. All right, what I'm seeing looks like the focal point of the wall is the restoration of the firehouse,
Which
and
makes
everything
sense.
else, because there's also the construction signs that go along with that, and everything else is just flyers. Except
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
one side, or maybe two sides, I don't know, the couple of the other sides that don't have
Where they
any
have
of
the
that
poster.
stuff, but it's just posters.
Okay.
So, so unless they're trying to mislead us, which maybe,
Yeah.
I think the signs lead to it's going to be Ghostbusters.
I'm kind of hoping
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
it
Wonder what
would.
they would do. Is it going to be a coaster? Are they going to do something different with it? I guess we'll see as they start laying track or building. Have they started laying any kind of track?
I'm actually not sure. I haven't seen anything recently.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I mean, I guess we'll find out if we see any tracks in 2 weeks.
Right. I'm gonna see what I can. What does this say? Remove existing attraction, replace with proposed attraction. Okay, that doesn't.
Maybe what we'll have to do is when we get there, I'll get up against the wall and then you get on my shoulders and you see what you can see.
We'll do that. People fly drones though, so we're gonna see something.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. BioReconstruct will post something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know we've kind of derailed from Minion Land, but that's about all I had for it, and we have five
Okay.
minutes left. So
Oh yeah. All right. New footings are already going in for Rip Ride Rocket. Well, so footings means track, right? So that it's got to be a coaster.
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see. This was 2 months ago. I
Oh.
wonder if there's anything more recent. There's gotta be. Ride's going to be a Mac launch coaster themed to Fast and Furious. I actually got it confirmed while on site for Epic Universe under construction. We'll see. Um,
It could be they could be bringing the coaster from Hollywood over here.
it could be.
Which did you see anything about that? Because I thought I had sent you some stuff.
I think you did.
It
I've
actually
seen
does
some
look cool
things.
because that's the coaster in the video that I had sent you. They had still hadn't finished theming it, so the coasters almost had the cars had almost like a zebra print kind of pattern on them. But that's the one where it's a regular sort of train of coasters, but each set of like four seats, I think it was, two in front, two in back.
Hmm.
As you go along the track, the individual cars can spin, so it feels like you're
You,
drifting along the turns.
yeah, I do remember talking about that. I don't know if I saw a video,
Yeah.
but I know we talked about that. And that's similar to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Cosmic Rewind.
Yes, which I loved.
I
Um,
still need to ride that one.
yeah, you have to. This person saying, "I'm praying it's Back to the Future with a launch at 88 miles per hour."
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool? All right, let's see if there's anything more recent that we can read about. I can't wait. I say I can't wait. If it's a dumb ride, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, I think even if it's Fast and Furious, I don't think it'll be dumb.
Yeah, I hope not. One day ago, this is Rip Ride Rockit Placement Construction. All right, one day ago. What do we have a day ago? Aerial photography from BioReconstruct.
Okay.
But the
Did they?
picture's not loading. Here we go.
Oh.
Um, okay, I don't know what this is.
Okay.
Um, demolition, late December. Okay, no, we're past that. Come on. December. Tell me about January, dang it. What is this nonsense?
I apologize to all of our audio people. We just got very excited about what Rip Ride Rocket might become, but I know
Might
this is
become, yeah.
maybe not the most thrilling content right now, but
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that you're looking for it and you're like, man, the picture won't load. And then I sat there for a second and I'm like, they can't see it anyway.
Yeah. They cannot. Um, this is all showing 2025. They lied to me. August 6th. Come on, man.
I think we should go ahead and wrap this one up here before we get too much further off track than we already have. But we will be back next week for our final round of deep dives in studios so we can wrap up that park and move on to Islands of Adventure. If you'd like to see more from us, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Tallow Podcast. That's TALO Podcast. But with all that said, thank you all so much for listening. And be sure to join us back here next week as we continue to dive deeper into the adventure.